So I went to this tailor, and I will call him Omufundi. Omufundi, please make me a hoodie. As you can see, it has a hood, so it qualifies to be called a hoodie. But I look like a cockroach. I don't know. You see this? This is the hoodie I've made. At least it has room for my head wrap, so I can't be mad. I can't be mad at this. It has room for my head wrap. Or if I had a cone head, maybe if I had a cone shaped head, when I'm not wearing a wrap, I can't wear this because he was thinking about my head wrap or my cone shaped head. I don't know, but this is the hoodie he made for me, Omufundi. So for the rest of the video, enjoy this sight. I'm gonna probably put this down. I don't know, I wasn't supposed to have my hands out. Yeah, this is the finished products of the vision, the vision Omufundi had for me, looking like I'm from the 80s. The shoulders like mirabamine type of shoulders, like I could punch you with my shoulders. I don't know. This is the vision. So if I have to have this hanging in my wardrobe and my money gone, because I paid full price, I don't even remember how much I paid for this, but I paid, you also have to sit there and watch me wear it for the rest of this video. And the topic of today's video is the tailoring trade profession a dying breed? I guess it's apropos. Well, enjoy, because I'm about to get comfortable here. Let's go. Oh God, I can't. Alright, I'll change into something else that my Omufundi made me, because this is ridiculous. Much better. Now I feel like a respectable choir lady. Alright, where were we? Are Fundis in Kenya a dying breed? That's a good question. Coupled with the bad reputation is the fact that they're very expensive. If you find a good Fundi, chances are they're very expensive, and that's why a lot of us wait until there's a special occasion to go to a Fundi or a tailor. Do they really want to be called Fundis anymore? I feel like it's because of the bad reputations that Fundis of yore have. A lot of designers or a lot of design school graduates, they try to move away from being called a Fundi, and they want to be called something like a designer or a bespoke tailor or something like that. And the Fundi doesn't necessarily mean something negative. It just has a negative connotation because a lot of them have been a little bit dishonest about their abilities to deliver. So, is it a dying breed? I don't think so. I think there's a lot that the Fundis, there's a lot that they can still do, and I have a lot of expectation in the fashion industry for the coming years, mostly because there's a new revival with the appreciation for the native fabric, the African fabric, like the kanga or leso, like the one I'm wearing today, although it got really butchered by my Fundi or Omufundi. A lot more people are appreciating our African aesthetic. A lot more people are more drawn to the Fundi because of the fact that the average African woman is curvaceous, and the store-bought Chinese-made clothing don't really accentuate. They don't drape very well on an African woman, and that's mostly because African women are very curvaceous and they come in lots of shapes and sizes, and so having a standard Western cut doesn't really flatter the build of an African woman. It's unfortunate that fundis are often ignored until there's an emergency. And I've noticed that, when your zipper is broken or so there's a rip in your clothes before you have to go to work, you stop at the fundi and you're like, oh my gosh, these people are godsend. Me being here, living in the United States, we don't have the neighborhood fundi. Some of you who live in Africa or live in Kenya and different parts of the continent, you have that neighborhood person that you can run to when you have a seam rip. If your zipper is broken, most chances you're better off buying a new article of clothing here rather than getting it repaired. And that's something I really, really used to take for granted when I lived back in Kenya. And now I'm seeing the value that they bring to our lives. And another way that actually my husband got to experience the crucial role that these individuals, this profession plays in our lives. We were getting married at a remote place in Vipingo, and we got the groomsmen's clothes custom made, but we sent over the measurements via WhatsApp. And so the tailor who made the groomsmen and the groom's clothes, the tailor made them a little bit too small. The lucky thing is he had put some allowance in there so that we could alter it if need be. So here we are in Vipingo, and we have no idea where anything is, let alone a tailor. As luck would have it, one of the staff at the hotel that we were having our wedding said, oh, I know a neighborhood fundi who can help you fix your clothes before the wedding. This was a couple of hours before the wedding was set to start. So off the clothes went. We did a small prayer for them and hoped that this tailor would deliver. And she did. The clothes came back. They fit better. They didn't fit all the way great. The men were still stiff because they were a little tight in there, but at least they were able to get in them in the first place. This is just one example of the role that these individuals play in our lives. So I don't want them to be a dying breed. I would rather see them prosper and appreciated for the work that they do and the roles they play in our lives. Now, are they 100% reliable? Heck no. But there is potential there for improvement. I don't think we should throw out the baby with the bathwater to settle for imported second-hand goods. We have the talent here at home. We have the technical know-how. All that is remaining is the support and the foundation to be laid in a way that also we can hold some of these tailors who are giving the rest of them a bad reputation. We can hold those people accountable. And for a recent graduated tailor or fashion designer, it's hard to get started. There's no enough support. Like if they go to get a loan, they probably won't get approved for a loan because they are just starting out. They don't have collateral for the loans, and so banks are less inclined to give out loans to newly graduated young fashion entrepreneurs. And so unless you have a rich parent somewhere or uncle somewhere who's willing to sponsor your enterprise, chances are you are left just trying to make a living, working odd jobs. EPZ is another way that a lot of these young tailors go because there is no support for them. There is no other way for them to get started in the industry. And I found that very troubling because these small businesses are what keep the country going. Small businesses pay rent. Small businesses pay school fees. And slowly they grow into medium-sized and large businesses. But without a place for them to start, it's hard for them to get established. And that was one of the troubling things that I found while I was looking into this. And I figured that someone has to address this. And just by highlighting this, and I think this is a good beginning where we can start talking openly about the current state of fashion in Kenya. So I think You as a Fundi, you should be proud. You should be proud of that name. Take it and own it. Unlike an Umufundi, a Fundi is one that is talented, resilient, and willing to go the extra mile to get their products out there. It starts with one step. It starts with a small step. And with more practice and more patience, you will be able to be a Fundi and not an Umufundi. Until the next video, stay well. See ya. I cannot unsee this. This is, I've never really worn this. Is this supposed to go back this way? Maybe I will just flatten it. Like, what type of shoulder? I don't know if I'm a wrestler. Now I'm feeling like John Cena.